Hey everybody, Rose Matter here, and welcome to my reaction and discussion for episode 6 of the Madoka Magica anime. So I have my microphone working again, knock on wood, we don't have any more issues with it. I apologize for last week's episode. I know the sound quality was not great and there was some delays and some issues with just the audio in general. Thank you guys for sticking it out, and hopefully we can go forward and have everything be good again. So as for last week's episode, it was quite an interesting one. So we had Sayaka like full on into being the magical girl, and she was going off and she was doing the witch hunts. And she seems like she is kind of taken to it pretty well. She seems pretty happy with it. But she is still a little nervous, of course, because she's doing this on her own. She doesn't have mommy anymore. Madoka's not a magical girl yet, but is still accompanying her on witch hunts as like moral support. And we got the like official introduction of the other girl. I think her name is Kyoko Sakura. You guys can help me with the pronunciation of that. And she showed up at Sayaka's witch hunt and basically is like, okay, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna make it strong. Like, it's gonna be stronger first. I'm gonna let it basically kill a couple of humans because that's how they get stronger. And then I'm going to kill it, and I'm gonna kill you if you stand in my way. So there was the fight between them, and there was the revelation that based on the wishes that are granted, it seems to kind of offer them extra powers. So because it's like she had her power be to help someone else. What was it again? I think she had like healing, like she has healing abilities because she gave her wish to someone else to heal them. It gave her healing abilities. I'm hoping I'm right on that. But even with that extra little boost in abilities, obviously Sayaka just became a magical girl, and the other girl is much more experienced. So Sayaka was just getting tossed around, and just as the killing blow was about to happen, Hamura showed up and is going to step in and try and help Sayaka after Madoka had that conversation with Hamura, being like, can you please protect Sayaka and make sure that what happened to mommy doesn't happen to her. So now we ended it. It's Hamura versus Sayaka, Hamura and Sayaka versus Kyoko. So I was really into the last episode, and I'm excited to see how this fight is going to conclude, and if these girls can work together or if they're just too different from each other and they're just going to fight amongst themselves. So that was enough of an introduction. It was quite long, so let's get back into this episode and let's see what happens next. And hair flip, of course. Wait, oh, irregularity, okay. So yes, what is Hamura's ability? Oh, okay. She's like, I'm doing this for your own good. Yeah, Kyobi said an interesting thing about Hamura with like how he made a contract with her, but he didn't at the same time. Well, I guess at least she knows when to tap out of a fight. She knows when she's outmatched. It is a little foolish of especially Madoka to be involved in this because she doesn't even have any abilities yet. Oh, they're so vague with everything. I'm like, I mean, I know it's a short series, so they're gonna have to give these answers soon, I'd imagine, but still, it's like, what is her deal? What is all of their deals? Like Sayaka, we know why she's doing what she's doing. She doesn't really have any ulterior motive for things, but the other two, and we don't know much about Mommy either. Like, we knew her wish, we know why she became a magical girl. But unfortunately, she got cut short before we could really learn too much about her. Obviously, Mommy and Homura did not get along very well, but I like, what was their history with each other? And also, a big question is when is she going to be a magical girl? We see it in the opening credits all the time, but it doesn't actually happen. Still hasn't happened yet. Yeah, it'd be interesting to title this just "This Can't Be Right." What does that mean? And also QB too. Like, there's just a lot of unknowns about things. Like, what's his deal too? People did say that, you know, from a practical point of view, it's understandable why Sakura does what she does, is they need to fill up their gems. But still, it's just how little she cares about human life is like, eh. Saika has a, yeah, the more you use your magic, the more polluted your soul gem can be. Okay. I guess Sayaka has like a naive concept of being a magical girl. Like, she still is like, oh, I don't want innocent people to get hurt. But at the same time, she needs to do this. Gee, I wonder who he could be talking about. I wonder if Saika will be a little bit jealous of Madoka for having like natural talent. He's really pushing that contract too for her. We'll see how long that lasts for before there might be a situation where she has to become one. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Is she saying that Sayaka doesn't have the ability, or she shouldn't be a magical girl because she doesn't have, like, I don't know, the guts to do it? Or she doesn't have what it takes? What? I can't even try to pronounce that name. Flip. Should we have, like, a drinking game every time she flips her hair? Do a shot? At this point, Madoka kind of seems a little bit like a third wheel right now. Like, she just seems more like a liability than anything. Hmm, interesting. Oh, all right. Oh, she doesn't know what happened. She doesn't know that Homura got tied up by Mommy. So Mommy kind of did that to herself. Interesting. Okay, you can already see her getting a little going dark, but she sees herself as doing it for the right reason. Everybody has their reasons for doing things, but they just conflict with each other. He's like, she's not entirely wrong about wanting to kill them, apparently. She just doesn't have the ability to do it. Maybe that's gonna be the thing to push Madoka is like, I can't do anything as just a normal person, but if I become one too, maybe she won't be alone at least. Welcome home, there's potato salad in the fridge. That's life, though. Make a mistake for her, like maybe becoming a magical girl. That might be a mistake. Well, a little bit different if that might actually end up in her dying. That's interesting information. She's not entirely wrong. It's like if you're gonna make mistakes, do it when you're younger, because usually the consequences won't be as bad than when you're an adult and you can learn from it. Oh, what's going on here? Has he been discharged? Okay. And he didn't even tell her. I wonder if he won't really have much to do with her if, he's been discharged and doesn't really need the comfort anymore. Okay. Did QB tell her that? Wow. Well, we kind of get an idea of her thought process. Or she's just doing that to needle her. It's like she wants her to fight her. Yeah, I think she's just needling her for a fight. Interesting. Okay. I want to know, like, why is she so... She wants to fight her so badly. Like, the suspicious part of me is almost like, did Kyuubi set this up to have her fight Sayaka and threaten that boy so that Sayaka would want to fight, and then get Madoka in there to be like, oh, Sayaka's fighting that girl. You gotta become a magical girl. And she just appears. Are you gonna hair flip too? Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, she gonna... What are you doing? Wait, isn't that gonna kill her? Okay, I was like, whoa. Because, like, if something happens to that, isn't that gonna kill Sayaka? Oh, shit. What? Well... Or if it gets too far away from her? She doesn't realize that. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness. What? Oh my god. Madoka, what did you do? Oh, Homura's trying to, like, yeah, if that thing breaks, she's dead, right? So Homura's gotta... Okay, so she's got, like, teleportation abilities or something. It looks like Homura has the ability to move really fast. Oh, even she's, like, seems upset about that. Maybe she's just upset because, like, she's like, I wanted to do that. Or, oh, so she doesn't know what happens. What? Yeah, she didn't know about that. She doesn't care about Sayaka. She's just like, what the heck is going on? Oh, her spirit is, like, in that? Oh, shit. So, like, their whole... Wow, she didn't know that at all. But Homura did. She instantly knew what was going on. Interesting. So, yeah, that's like, it's just a vessel. Wow, this is... Ooh, this is interesting. I knew those were important. I didn't realize how important they were. Okay, Homura, now come back. And that's why it's so important to kill the witches. Wow, he doesn't... Information he doesn't bother to tell them for the contract. Oh, is she about to make a wish right now? Yeah, and that's why they gotta kill witches and fill up their soul gems. Quite the trade-off, damn. Okay, there we go. Hair flip. Alright, Madoka, don't do that again. She couldn't have known. Nobody knew, apparently, except Tamara, but still. Well, that cooled everybody's jets there. I don't think anyone's gonna be fighting now. Interesting. Whoa! Well, now they know that if they really want to kill each other, just take their soul gem, but that is, quite the information. That's another episode that went by super fast. Wow, wow, wow. I guess it makes sense, like, things are, like, speeding along now, but damn. Ooh, that's quite creepier than... Wow. Wasn't there a wish you wanted granted? That wish has really come true, hasn't it? Damn, that is really creepy art. Like, the other ones have been so cute. All right, so just like with the last episode, we got some interesting further revelations about what it is to be a magical girl. And this is a pretty big one here, pretty big revelation that seemed to kind of knock everybody on their butt except for Hamura. Hamura was the only one who knew that the soul gem is quite literal. It has your literal soul in the gem. You know, it's not like just a fancy word. And what did he say? 100 meters? It can't get more than 100 meters away from you or you die. Or basically, like, your soul is removed from your body and it's just a vessel. So the body is just the vessel. The soul is in the gem. If the soul gem is destroyed, I guess, in any way, that's it. Like, they're dead for good. So if I remember correctly, Mommy's was on her hairpin, I think. Something in her hair. So I guess that makes sense. Like, it's like he said, QB said, that if you have your soul gem, you're basically invincible. So because Mommy got her head bit off by that monster, it destroyed her soul gem, and therefore that's it. She's done. I'm guessing that it could have got her anywhere else, and as long as it didn't destroy her soul gem, she'd be able to like regenerate or something, and or like she would still be alive somehow. It's very interesting. Like, that was quite the revelation, and yeah, like I said, very interesting that Hamura was the only one who seemed to know that. Like, even a experienced magical girl like Kyoko didn't know that. So that was like something that just freaked everybody out. And what else do I have to say? That's obviously the big thing. That's pretty big information. And we saw Sayaka is getting a little bit more dark already. Like, she has, I think, of everybody, obviously Madoka is the most naive, you could say, and innocent. She wants everybody to get along. You know, they're all working towards the same cause. But why can't everybody be friends? But, you know, with witches, it's a finite source. Like, it's their life source. So, of course, the magical girls, they're all going to be fighting over the resources. So it doesn't make sense for them to work together, if you think about it. Sayaka, she is still, you know, because she's new, she's still somewhat naive to things. Like, her grand reason for becoming a magical girl is she wants to protect people. She wants to protect the people she loves. She still has an idealistic view about what being a magical girl is about, but she also isn't afraid to step in and kill people who she thinks are going to be putting other people in danger. So she's already basically being like, if I have to take out other magical girls, if it means that, you know, if they're willing to put innocent people in danger, I will do that. So that's interesting to see. And then obviously Hamura and Kyoko especially, they're more veteran, so they understand that they have to be a little bit more harsh, a little bit more practical, a little bit more utilitarian about things. Kyoko, she definitely has a little bit more of a sadistic streak, it seems like, especially that conversation she had with you know, you shouldn't be using why did you use your wish on someone else? That's stupid. You should break that boy's arms and legs, and that way you can have him all for yourself. So you can, once again, I'm not sure if that's actually the way she thinks, or if she was just doing that to needle her into an argument, into a fight. So, and then Hamura, even though she's very weird, like, she wanted Kyoko to leave Sayaka alone, but also she was willing to fight Sayaka in Kyoko's place, but then she also went to go rescue her soul gem. So, like, now the magical girls know if they really want to, like, take out their competition, if they're really not afraid to do that, they just basically have to just take the other girl's gem and just throw it away more than 100 meters away, or break it, and then that's it. So what else? QB is just, I feel like he's just being even more manipulative. I like I said before, I can't help but think that maybe he convinced Kyoko to, like, get Sayaka into that fight. Like, maybe he gave her that information, being like, oh, this is what she used her wish on. She used it on this boy, so obviously the boy is a weak spot for her, and you just have to needle her a little bit, threaten him, and then she will fight you. And then went and got Madoka and be like, hey, Sayaka's in trouble. I think he's really pushing for Madoka to become a magical girl, and I think he's I don't know if he's manipulating the other girls to get what he wants. And then also interesting that he basically eats those grief seeds. Um, I'm wondering what that's all about. That's interesting. There was a lot of information in this episode, but yes, obviously the big thing about the soul gem and how the bodies are essentially just vessels. And I guess when you think about it, the body is just a vessel for a soul if you do believe in souls. But the fact that it is so easy for that soul gem, it can just be like, if they lose it, if it gets crushed, that's it, they're done. So that's some big information. And also, there's the threat of this, apparently this big witch with the name, it sounded like it was a German name that I can't even try to pronounce. So that's coming in 2 weeks, and Hamura's basically like, okay, city is yours, I'm gonna need your help, try and defeat this thing. And we basically have to get Sayaka out of here. I don't think Hamura wants to kill her, but I think she's saying like basically Sayaka, she is not prepared to be a magical girl. She doesn't have what it takes. So we don't want her to be part of this, like, so we need to stop her. So yes, there's this like looming threat coming soon. The whole thing about the soul gems. When the heck is Madoka gonna become a magical girl? Is like always what I'm gonna think. Like, is that gonna be right at the end when this big threat comes? Especially because she seems to have the most latent potential to be the strongest of all of them. I don't know. I feel like if there's anything that's gonna push her into that, it's gonna be this threat of this very powerful witch that could potentially kill people in the city, including her family. I don't know. So that was really interesting. I really liked this episode, and it just really zipped, just like the last episode. It just felt like it just flew by. So with this looming threat, I'm very interested to see when is that going to happen. What's going to go with these girls? Are they going to have to basically, with this new knowledge, are they going to have to accept like a truce, like a treaty where they're just going to leave each other be and not try and kill each other because there's this big threat coming? It'll be interesting to see how that is going to change the dynamic between these girls. I'm very excited to see what happens in the next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode and my discussion, and stay tuned next week for episode 7. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, Dumbass Loser, Tequila Mockingbird, Punt Cake G, Joel Ostman, Harry Gazif, Asborn Kennedy, Icognito, Jared Fan, and Pirate.